Blog Talk Radio.
Another episode of Music Mondays right here on Endie Fiya with your girl, Natia. I tell you guys, I am really going to miss hearing that intro. Tomorrow will be the last time that we hear that intro this year. Make sure that you go to Sadrina's YouTube channel, check out the song in its entirety. Tomorrow, you know what, I'm going to end the show with the song in its entirety. You'll be able to hear it from beginning to end. You know, she starts us out with Whitney Houston's I'm Every Woman, and she ends us with Raheem Devine's Women, because what are we doing this month? We are celebrating women in the arts, music, and entertainment industries here on Endie Fiya, our series Quest of a Woman, as we celebrate Women's History Month. So, yes, I'm going to miss starting out with that intro in April. We got to do something big for April, right? I'm super excited this evening. This month has been phenomenal for me. I have been empowered. I have been invigorated. I have been motivated. I have been inspired. I have been uplifted this entire month of March. And tonight will be no different. When I tell you, each and every woman that I have hand-selected this month has, in each individual way, they have touched my life tremendously. A lot of them I met for the first time, you know, January, February of this year. But my guest tonight, we got history. All right, so when I tell you, I am super, super, super excited to have her here with me this evening. If I cry throughout the show, don't pay me any attention, because my guest this evening just means the world to me. She was one of my mentors back in the day when I first started radio broadcasting, and this month I could not have had Quest of a Woman without including her in this series. So I am just elated to have her here with me this evening. But look, I don't want to get ahead of myself, all right? Y'all know that it's Motivation Monday, right? Did you get an opportunity to listen to Casso this morning on Motivation Monday? My Struggle is My Strength. Did y'all listen to him? He is doing phenomenal on this show. This is the third episode. You know, he's a motivational speaker, you know, an MS activist. But each week he brings something different. You know, his flavor is different each week. He's speaking with boldness and authority each week. But something about this morning's show, I don't know. Like, I didn't hear the birds chirping this morning, so I don't know if it's because he was, you know, indoors. I don't know if it's because he hasn't had opportunity to get in the gym in the past week. I don't know what it was, but this morning, or maybe it's because it touched me in a different way today. Like, I felt like he was directly pointing the finger at me today. You know, I don't know. But if you have not had the opportunity to listen to My Struggle is My Strength, make sure you go back and check out the last two episodes, and then check out today's episode. We give you purpose points each Monday. So today's episode, he talks about being trapped in the house, because what are most of us right now? We're trapped in the house, right? And so we don't want you to go back. I'm trying not to curse today. We want you to go crazy because you're trapped in the house. He's telling you what you need to do during this time. Don't use this opportunity to, you know, overeat. All right? A lot of us are doing that. Don't use this opportunity to just get lazy, because a lot of us may have been, you know, fired. A lot of us may have been laid off. Our hours may have been cut. Don't use this opportunity to get lazy. All right? There are skills. There are different creative sides. There are gifts within each and every one of us. And I tell people this all the time. Each one of us, we're blessed with a ministry. And y'all know I say this all the time, too. I didn't say none of us were ministers. I said we are all blessed with ministry. And it is for each one of us to tap into what that individual ministry is. So we have gifts inside of us. Some of us don't even know what those gifts are. This is the perfect opportunity to allow those gifts to be birthed. You know what I'm saying? Don't spend so much time on social media trying to keep up with the norm. I use this time to get renewed and get refreshed. Pick those Bibles up, so that you can tap into what those individual gifts are. Some of these gifts need to be birthed out of us, and this is the perfect opportunity to allow that to happen. He talked about that this morning, talked about being trapped in the house. Purpose point number 1 is to recognize that we are all in transition, okay? We're all in transition right now. A lot of us don't know what's going on. We're transitioning from, some of us are having to transition from working 40 hours to 20 hours. I'm one of those people. Some of us are transitioning from working from having a job to no job at all. They're having to transition from housing. You're transitioning from being at a dorm to going back home early. You know what I'm saying? To being in school all day to now being home, taking classes online. So you're transitioning in many different ways. So you don't stay stagnant when you transition. You shift gears, okay? All right, so purpose point number 2, become aware of the potential distractions. There's going to be things and obstacles and trials and tribulations that are going to be thrown at you from every different angle. Transitions equal distractions. You can't stay in that stagnant position and let these distractions get you down and keep you unfocused while you're transitioning. All right, purpose point number 3. Understand that right now it is the greatest opportunity for growth. You have what's inside of you that are within and inside of you. All of those creative juices that that are formed within your mind. You've always said, I wanted to write that book. I wanted to create that T-shirt line. I want, to make my own body butters. You know what I'm saying? I want to go into financial investment. You know what I'm saying? I want to write an ebook. Whatever it is, you have these thoughts that are just going through your head. Now is the time to create those opportunities, all right? So make sure that you check Hustle out every Monday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Monday Motivation with Hustle Moore on My Struggle is My Strength. All right? Guys, make sure that you're right back here 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight for New Music Mondays, where we got new music from some of the hottest independent artists in the industry. Tomorrow we close out Quest of a Woman right back here with the CEO and co-owner of, probably going to mess this up. Here we go. Hustle Gang and where's my notes? Hustle Gang and Blaze Promotions. There we go. Jen Cisco, Miss Unbreakable will be here with us 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, but tonight, as I mentioned, I'm so excited again to have my guest here with me this evening. International. Look, she got a lot in front of her name. All right, so I'm gonna just throw it all out there. International, multi-award winning, urban gospel recording artist, Angel Sessions. There we go. She's an American singer and songwriter. With lush, elegant, and sweet vocals, Angel Sessions masters the art of gospel music, creating divine music for her audience to enjoy. Infusing elements of R&B in her music, she creates unique spiritual ballads and upbeat music that is bittersweet and fulfilling for her listeners. Born in Louisville, Kentucky, and currently a resident of California, this exceptionally talented music artist embarks upon her journey into the world of music at a young age. Her strong faith in the holy principles and love for Christ compelled her to pursue her other passion, music. Through urban gospel music, she shares her love for the Holy Trinity with her audience. The award-winning artist has delivered several spellbinding stage performances, She has over 6 awards, 13 worldwide albums, and has performed and recorded with many mainstream and legendary artists in her career. Angel is also one of the founding partners of Atlas Elite Entertainment LLC with Rodney and Demetrius. Now, this is the condensed bio. We're about to embark on a journey that, guys, you are not ready for. Endie Fiya listening audience, I present to you my very, very special guest, international sensation, Miss Angel Sessions.
Hey, thank you.
How are you?
Thank
How
you for
are
that,
you? You know what?
Introduction.
You are
I'm
so
great.
very welcome. It is an honor and a pleasure to have Angel here with me tonight. I always start out by thanking my guests. You could have been anywhere this evening, but you are giving so freely of yourself and your time to share with me, myself, my listening audience, all about you, yourself, your passions, why it is that you do what you do. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Angel and I go back to, like I said earlier, the very beginning of my career in radio and broadcast, and I consider Angel to be one of my mentors. We have cried together. We have laughed together. We have prayed together. But through all of these years, our love for this thing called music has strengthened, and I feel that our connection has kept us bound together. So I could not have completed this series, Quest of a Woman, and celebrated women within the music, arts, and entertainment industries without having Angel on the show. Now, guys, again, I gave you the condensed version of her bio, and there may be a lot of you who have no idea who Angel Sessions is. You may see her post, shared on my page, or her tagged in, or, me tagged in a lot of her posts, but I want to just, because for character restrictions, we can't list bios in their entirety, but I want to just highlight some of Angel's accolades, okay? Angel's career started, as I mentioned, at a very early age. She has sung background for the Stylistics and the Dells, the Dramatics, the Delphonics, Lenny Williams, Frida Payne, Brenda Holloway. She sang duets with Ali Woodson of the Temptations, L.J. Reynolds of the Dramatics. She's toured with Mary Wilson as a Supreme. She's appeared in Paramount Pictures' A Smile Like Yours and Down and Dirty, directed and starred Fred Williamson. She was also one of the principal singers and acted in the musical performance of Black Nativity at the Lorraine Hansberry Theater in San Francisco. I can go on and on and on and on and on when I talk about Angel Sessions. The bio is insane, guys. It's insane. I want you to take the opportunity to go to her website and read up on this phenomenal woman. Angel, I know that when we go on quest as women, not just in this industry, but when we go on quest as women, things aren't always picture perfect for us. We face trials, we face tribulations, we face obstacles. Sometimes before we get to the picturesque side of what most people see. And I know that this industry is not easy, no matter how glamorous you make it look. What has been an obstacle that you have had to overcome in this industry, and how did you do so?
Oh, thank you for asking. That's a good question. I've just had to deal with a lot of obstacles along the way in my 25 plus years in this industry, because I actually started so young, in the early 90s, even before my first 2 record deals. And it was difficult in the beginning because at first my obstacle was trying to get a record deal, and it was so hard trying to get one. As many times as I tried to submit packages from various, mainstream labels, it was just not easy because at the time, of course, we did not have social media. So you had to do it the brick and mortar way, go to the post office, mail out your package, and hope and pray that they'll
Right.
open it, and maybe you'll get a call, and you didn't get a call, you keep going, and I had many times auditioned, even in live, auditioning in front of like every mainstream label you can think of and I had that opportunity to do that during the time when I used to perform in Los Angeles, California, back in the mid-'90s at the Budweiser Best of the West competition, way before you had American Idol and all the other TV shows that now have auditions. This was a big thing in Los Angeles, so all the mainstream labels were there to pick and, select artists that they wanted to sign. I had the opportunity to perform in front of, an audition in front of Sony and MCA Records and RCA Records and Mercury Records and Griffin Records and so many labels that were there, and even had an opportunity where I was going to get signed at one of them who had an interest, I would think it was RCA Records, but, my performance, because I was so young at the time, was so not used to being on stage with a lot of people looking at me, and I just was so nervous. It just, at that time, wasn't my time. I had to overcome the obstacle of being fearful, being on stage, because I wasn't, at that time, I did not find myself. I did not find my voice. I did not know pretty much who I was at that time. I was still trying to find me, just wanting a record deal. I was a songwriter writing songs, but I was just trying so bad to just, I guess, impress these labels, and just not used to knowing how to wow the crowd. I had to become, over not being so fearful. And I had to learn that years later as I began to take vocal training and learn how to, understand human minds and human people, how they perceive you, and you not to take that in a negative way, but whether they staring at you because they're just looking at you wondering, who are you? They don't know you. Right. They're wondering what you're going to do, and you are there to actually entertain them, and you're just supposed to have fun. You're supposed to have fun and enjoy what you do and not take it to the heart so serious where I want them to like me, and oh, why is she staring at me like that? And your thoughts are running as you're trying to perform, so you're not breathing correctly, and now you're missing notes. And those obstacles I had to learn along the way as I became a pro, years of doing it, and then finally learning that after not being able to get signed, and God opened the doors for me when social media came around to learn to do things on my own. I still had to learn a lot of obstacles, how to begin again, how to start, and how to get above the crowd where there's so many people uploading music on social media. How do I get my music heard? How to reinvent the wheel and network, and I had to become, learning obstacles of stop being so frustrated and just take the time to just learn by reading, right? Because I didn't want someone to do it for me, because if I let them do it, I felt like things wasn't going to get done. I had to learn to depend on myself. So I learned to do that along the way, and I thank you for the introduction, because as I began to learn, I also had learned to overcome obstacles of people on social media who had never heard of me from the things that I'd done back when there was no social media, and they thought that I was just on their level, starting over again, treating me like I was up and coming, and downing me like, you're just on my level. And because they didn't know I did all these other things in the past, because, they may be younger than me, and they're just thinking, you're on Facebook like I am, you ain't no better than me, and you're on this platform like I am, you're on Reverb like I am. So they started treating me like I was just an independent, because they didn't go and research me. So I had to learn obstacles of just avoiding the negativity and continue to work through and allow my work or self, not allow these things to make me feel some kind of way or take it in a negative way, but just say, continue on, Angel, avoid the negativity, continue to work hard. Eventually, it will shine through. And it took a while, but it has started to do that, as I continue on around, I think, 2015 or so, when people started to now wanted to know, who is Angel? She's making all this noise in the industry, and I'm hearing about her. And these were people in the mainstream industry that were hearing my, name or listening to my songs. And before I know it, I was starting to get a lot of even mainstream labels reaching out to me, at A&Rs, that is, and so on and so forth. But praise God, I had met a wonderful partner and a very good friend, a very true friend, whose name is Rodney Cruz. And I actually had the opportunity to meet him back in 2014. Yeah, I met him in 2014 on Facebook. And he has a wonderful, interesting story. One day he'll tell that story about how he said it to me, how he came to want to know me because, of hearing my song at some place. He went to a coffee shop or something, and someone was playing a record of mine called You Send Me Higher. And he didn't know that was me, but they were playing it. He wanted to know, well, who is that? And he didn't want to walk up and just bother them and ask them. So he researched it as he got back, home, and researched it and found me, and then he connected with me on Facebook, and we became very good friends ever since then. And and I learned about him. I didn't know he was a wonderful, phenomenal writer himself, as far as he writes scripts, things like that, and just a lot of things that he does. And I was teaching him more things that I was doing, and we just bonded together. We bonded, very good friends, very close. And then before you knew it, we decided to start a label in 2017. It was something he always wanted to do. So he was kind of always encouraging me when I always felt like all these obstacles were coming my way and people were saying things they were saying. And, he began to grow with me, and learn more about things I was doing and try to encourage me as not to allow all this negative people, because now we're a partner, we're friends, and we were connecting together, and we started our own label with him and me, and Demetrius, and he was able to see what I had experienced because now we're connected together, how other people were treating me, and sometimes he had to go back for me, which I appreciate him for doing that so many times, to go back for me hard, to let people know she's not no Rudy Coot, and just let, so that people can learn to respect me, because he wanted people to respect me and not just look at me like, well, who is she? She's, why is she connected with you? Because, people were so in awe of him because he had a wonderful deal that he, was able to be blessed with a motion picture. So they kind of just down on me like, well, why is he with her? What is she doing? What is she bringing to the table? And neither did they know until now they understand, the backbone of Atlas Elite Entertainment is the three founding partners, and not just one person. They were perhaps assuming, and so I learned a lot of obstacles, and I just had to throw that in there to give my partner credit to what credit's due, and Demetrius, the same. Of course, he was always encouraging me and doing the same thing, but to be able to meet someone on social media and learn that, because not too many great people you meet on social media. So many people that try to just bash you and down you, and they're not trying to, they just don't appreciate you, but there's a few people like yourself, and of course my partner that I meet that I really can feel. I'm so happy that I'm able to say, that I'm very connected with, because a lot of people I met along the way on social media are no longer in my life because they were never meant to be there, because they weren't there but to use me to begin with,
Yeah, completely. No. And I'm glad that you did say that, and without having to elaborate any further and go into any details, because people see names attached to different individuals, and I've heard so many things across the board throughout the years, and the one thing that I can just always remember is just the late night, because we have the time zone differences, so the late night conversations that we always had about not just music but life in general, and those are the things that always resonated with me. we talked about obstacles, and people just assuming that Angel Sessions was new on the scene because they didn't know about her or they hadn't heard about her. And the same with her partner, Rodney Cruz. I knew of Rodney back some years ago. But when people, hearsay can damage a person's career a lot if you're not grounded and you don't have the right people centered around you. And so I always have people come to me and say, I know that you connected with Angel and, this, that, and the third. But, there was always this but behind it. And I said, you know what? I don't deal with the negativity. I know Angel for the person that I know that she truly is. And I feel like if you have issues with anything about Angel and her career, then I think you should take that up with Angel and her career. Like, I feel like the things that you talk about, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Or the fact, everything was always centered around the label. And I'm like, you know what? I'm with Metal to Music Records. I don't know anything about, Atlas Elite. I don't know anything about them. Go talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And it was a bunch of mess, and I said, I don't want to deal with the negativity. Please take it over there. You know what I'm saying? Take it over there. But it was the fact that people didn't do their research and they weren't abreast of what was going on at the label and what you guys were actually trying to do at your label. And if and I can boldly say this, if you research the label and Angel's partners and everything that they're doing is phenomenal. From, the magazine to the clothing line to the artists to the music that's coming out, to the motion picture, everything is phenomenal. And you mentioned, what you had to do, the groundwork that you had to do, the footwork that you had to do back in the day. And sometimes you have to be in the right position, at the right place, at the right time. And I thought that was just amazing because that's something else that I remembered, you talking about back in the day. Just where did you want to be? What label did you want to be with? Can I get with a mainstream label? Do I want to stay independent? And I always saw big things for Angel Sessions, like big things. To me, she was like CC Winans, BB Winans level to me. That's how Angel was to me. And so, no, CC. Who's the female? Priscilla? Cece.
Oh, Cece Winans. Cece Winans. Cece is the female. BB is the guy.
I always saw her on that level right there. I always wanted her mainstream. And then when I heard, they have their own independent label, I thought, perfect timing. Sometimes you just have to be. God positions us where He wants us to be and puts us with the people that He wants us to be with at the right time. And like I said, I've always seen nothing but camp and can't wait to see, everything that I know that's going to continue to come from them. So, again, shout out to Rodney Cruz and Demetrius Guidy on everything that you guys are doing over there at AEE LLC. Speaking of
thank you.
I want to get right into the first track that we have here for you. That's because walk us through the production. Walk us through the writing of the lyrics and the production of that track before we get into that.
Yeah, that track, I wrote that song, which is one of my favorites off my latest album, Joy. It's just a song of love expressing my love for Christ, and that's because it's real love, because Christ's love is real. It's not fake. And I know there's a lot of people who are never going to understand this because if they don't have a relationship with Christ, they're not going to understand His love is unconditional. His love is real and genuine. He doesn't love you just because He feels good, and then you do wrong, and all of a sudden, and I'm talking about those who He has saved, then all of a sudden you do wrong. Even the people that He does save still fall sometimes, and they will mess up because we still will sin,
Right.
And then turn it back on them. He's not going to do that. He's going to continue to love you. He's already forgiven you because He has saved you. So that's what this song is about. That love that Christ has is real and genuine. and I was expressing that in this particular song, and hoping that others will listen to that and understand and get that meaning out of that and be encouraged.
That's because Angel Sessions. If you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Music Mondays on Endie Fiya with your girl, Nakia. And I'm live with my very, very special guest, international multi-award-winning urban recording gospel artist, Angel Sessions. Angel, how do you define the category urban gospel? And how does it vary from contemporary gospel?
I call it urban gospel because it has a hint of R&B. Contemporary gospel, it does also have a hint of R&B as well, but I gave it that name simply because of an experience I had went through in back in 2003 when I was submitting my music to an individual. He was actually a friend of mine. He was looking to invest in a girl group of mine at the time I was working with, and I submitted my music as well, my girl group's demo. And when he heard my music, he said, "This doesn't sound like gospel. It sounds like R&B," and that's what made me say, well, I never thought about it like that. I didn't want these people to think at that time when I was shopping a deal, when I'm submitting my music, that my music was supposed to be traditional. So I said, I'm going to call it urban gospel because it has a hint of R&B. And, I've been a songwriter since I was 12 years old. And I started writing songs, writing love songs about Christ all the time. As I got older, in my, very young 20 years old, I started writing love songs. And I'm still an R&B artist as well. I kind of have both genres, and I say this because I started out as an R&B artist. So when I was signed with Ichiban Records and Stax Vote Records, both those albums were R&B. And then also I had my girl group, One Unity, so I wrote songs for them. I wrote songs for other artists. As you named all the artists I've worked with, all the legendary artists I've worked with, the tours I was on. I was into the R&B world a lot. So, all of my writing ability and my singing style is still like that. But now that I do urban gospel, it's just that the message is different. And it's not like, if it was just straight R&B songs. So that's why I call it urban R&B, because it has a hint of R&B music, urban sound.
And now I remember the story. Like, it's a hashtag that I still continue to use, because I created the shows for independent everything. And so I always use the hashtag urban gospel because, we played the music on the show, and never could remember why I still continue to use urban gospel. And there you go. That's why. I knew there was a reason. And you're like, the girl group. And I'm like, oh, wow, now I remember. I remember the girl group. I remember all of that. I do. How easy is it for you to, because you mentioned, and I know that we do have a song that is R&B, how easy is it for you to transition back and forth from, R&B to urban gospel music? Are you frowned upon because you still do R&B and yet call yourself an urban gospel artist?
Yes, okay. Because I did R&B for like many years, I told you I started back in 1990, not 1990, but in the 90s, as an R&B songwriter, singer. I started the urban gospel in 2005 when I went independent as an artist. But remember when social media became global and big, when I first got on social media, it was like around towards the end of 2011, 2012. So I had to learn to rebrand myself and rebuild myself. So all the new people who never heard of Angel Sessions did not know that I was an R&B artist. So I'm a gospel artist. So that's all they knew, was that I was an urban gospel artist. So I wanted to at least pull in my history of everything I did. So I have an album called Love Ride and an album called Infusing Angel that I first put out, under the Ichiban label and Stax Vote Records. People don't know when they Google my name that those are my albums, that that's me, that I even had those deals. They just think that I was just an urban gospel artist and that's all I've ever been. And so how is she doing from this to that? So I was trying to merge that and let everybody know this is what I was before. So around 2017, I released an album called I'm Who I Am, because the song that I had created back in 2000, I had never released that album as far as on the market. So I wanted to release it for my fans so they'll know I have some R&B songs, and to equate that with the Love Ride also in the Introducing Angel, to let them know that this is still the same girl, And so even though I do urban, Like now, this year, I'm going to be putting out a new single that's coming out next month. It is an R&B song, of course, because I released Let's Wait a While, the remake of Janet Jackson's song. And I had it for a while, but I released it because I want my fans to know, to be familiarized with a song that people pretty much know, because that was a big, huge record when Janet released it, and give something to my fans, something they can sing along to and know, because they know that was a hit record. And to make way for this new record that's about to drop next month. Because I'm going to drop another album coming out this year that's going to combine some of my old songs that I wrote in, back with Love Ride and Introducing Angel. People have never heard of because they were never released digitally, So it's not hard for me to transition myself, because I still have been that same person that do R&B stuff. My music, the way I write, I try to make sure that it's still good, clean, wholesome music, songs that the radio can play. It's radio friendly, and people will still love. It's not going to be disrespectful or degrading or something that you can't play on the radio, to easily to transition that. But I'm still an urban gospel artist because that's mainly the meat of what I do now. It's just that because I'm going to release this the Angel Sessions Best of R&B, that's going to be coming out this year. And so I wanted to kind of put a couple of new songs on there, because the other songs that's going to be on that album, they're pre-released already. It's just hard copies and not digital. And they're songs that I wrote, and I'm going to combine them together with a couple of new songs and give to the fans who have never heard some of the stuff I did back in the day, along with some new stuff, and hopefully they'll enjoy it. But it doesn't change that I still am an urban gospel artist, because that's mainly my new genre that I've been doing since 2005. So now people kind of know I do both,
confused,
or have done both.
Yeah, if you were confused, you should not be anymore. She mentioned Let's Wait a While. This is Angel Sessions' version of Janet Jackson's Let's Wait a While. Released January of this year, correct?
Yes, January 24th. Mm-hmm.
Yes, here we go. Let's Wait a While.
There's something I want to tell you. There's something I think that you should know. It's not that I shouldn't really love you. Let's take it slow. When we get to know each other, and we'll both feeling much stronger, then let's try to talk it over. Let's wait a while longer. Let's wait a while. Before it's too late, let's wait a while. Before we go
Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Jerusalem from the Scarfella Music Group, and you on the air with the hottest station, Endie Fiya, with your host, Lil Timmy and Nakia, right here on the station bringing you all the hottest hip hop hits. Endie Fiya, let's get it.
We have tens across the board in here. You guys are crazy. My assistant and my intern are throwing up tens in here because they're young. They've never heard Angel sing R&B before. They've only heard you sing gospel, which is one reason why I had to ask that question about transitioning from, R&B to urban gospel, because they've never heard you sing R&B. And one of them has never heard Janet sing Let's Wait a While. So they're in here throwing a tens across the board because they're blown away. You need to go listen to Janet sing that. They're blown away by your mesmerized. He's sitting here. He's mesmerized by your voice. They're blown away by your voice. But they're throwing up tens. They've made signs that say tens. If you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya with your girl Nakia for New Music Mondays. We are celebrating Quest of a Woman. Again, celebrating women in the music, arts, and entertainment industries. Tonight is no different, as we have our international, multi-award-winning urban recording artist, Angel Sessions, here with us this evening. And that was Let's Wait a While, Angel Sessions on vocals. That was amazing. Oh, my gosh. You know what's so funny about that is when I received it, it doesn't give the name of the track. It just says by Angel Sessions. So I'm like, I don't even know what this is, right? So I started to play it, and I'm like, nah, this is Janet Jackson. I don't know even what she sent me. I don't know what this is. So I went to Spotify. And I just put in, because I get so much of your new music. So I listened to it, and I thought when I first, you know what, maybe I have heard it. I don't know. Let me go to Spotify. I went to Spotify, put in Let's Wait a While, popped up, and I'm like, oh, yes. Oh, my, this is Angel. This is bad. I didn't let anybody else hear it, though. So, of course, they're around here, just like I said, they're mesmerized right here. That was phenomenal. Angel Sessions, yes. Yeah, so you have won many awards. Like, I think this is a misprint. It says over 6 awards. That needs to be changed because I know it's over 6. Many awards nationally.
Yeah, 7 now.
Yeah. All right. Many awards nationally and internationally. What was it like when you accepted your first award?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was always wonderful. Any award I win is like winning my first. I never get it where it's like I say, okay, here's no, because they're all in these awards I have. They're all from different award shows from those who put on their events, and it's amazing to be accomplished, to be able to accomplish, what you do and be awarded for what you do. It feels wonderful and amazing, and I'm just so grateful to that. I can only thank my Heavenly Father first of all, and then of course all of my fans who always been out there to support me. It's definitely my team of Atlas Elite Entertainment, of course, who has been, behind, having my back and helped me with, promotion and growing and things like that. This year's amazing. I just was blessed to win another award by Soul Cafe Radio, and thanks to my fans again who have been supportive of voting for me. And it was some great women in there. These women could blow and they can sing. We even had Deborah Cox, that's one of the young, everybody knows who she is. And it was just so wonderful that my fans really supported me. And I just really want to thank them, and even Soul Cafe Radio for playing my song, Let's Wait a While, for interviewing me, for reaching out to me, and for this wonderful award that I cannot wait to get so I can take a picture of it and share with my fans and just all of us celebrate, this wonderful event that they helped me get, So it always feels wonderful. Anything that I get, just being, awarded for what you do, it makes you feel like you're not doing it in vain.
That's awesome. With so many pivotal points in your illustrious career, can you pinpoint one defining moment for you?
Something in my career that's normal?
No, one defining moment.
Sorry,
one moment that stood out. One moment that stood out for you.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's kind of hard because there's so many wonderful moments that stood out. Let me think. I definitely have to say when there's a lot of them, but I'm going to pick this one because this was very wonderful to me. A lot of them were wonderful to me. I have so many great memories. But this particular one, when I met Mary Wilson, and she flew me to her house. So it was not like I just started singing background with her. She wanted to meet me. So she bought my ticket for me, and she flew me to her house in Vegas, and I was able to sit down, have a meal with her, talk to her, get to know a lot about her history. Now, who doesn't know the Supremes? Who doesn't know about all the greatest records they put out on Motown Records? But to sit down and talk to a legend at her house, as she tells me, and I'm looking around her beautiful home and seeing all these beautiful big pictures of her and Diana Ross and Flo and everything about the Supremes, and I'm actually in the Supremes' house talking to the great Supreme myself, as she's telling me her history and everything that I would have never learned on my own. I mean, there are things you can Google and you can read about, but to hear it coming from her, it was amazing, and it felt so wonderful just to learn from her, the Supreme herself, about her life with the Supreme. What was it like being with Diana Ross and singing? What was it like getting your record deal? What was it like get your number one hit record and being able to talk to her about those things and her telling me about her experience, and then, of course, we went over the show because we had to, I had to sign an agreement and go over the show that we're going to be doing and learning all of her songs. So she had to talk about the Supreme because, I had to learn the steps and the background steps and the movement and all the gowns, the beautiful gowns that she had that we had to wear, and just being mentally prepared for all this, that we're going to be traveling and touring, because I had to tour with her. It wasn't like a one-day thing. I toured with her for a while, and it was just amazing. So amongst many things that I've done that was outstanding that I can just say that stood out, that definitely was one of them that really stood out, that I was able to, sit with her and talk with her, and meet her. And then, of course, finally we went on tour and road, things like that. Then I got to get into, business mode as far as an artist and singing on stage, things like that. But that was very just astonishing to me at that moment, I'm not a starstruck person, but it still felt good because, it's like talking to, your friend when I first met her. I wasn't trying to act like I'm some groupie and things like that because I think they will make anyone feel uncomfortable. But she made you feel comfortable at her house, and and so it was a wonderful experience, being able to do this. That was something that definitely stood out.
Wow, such memories. Oh, I want to get into your last and final track. Oh, now I'm sitting here. Look, I'm hanging off the edge of my seat. I think I might have heard that story. I don't know. If not, I'm hanging on the edge of my seat, like on your every word. Like, I'm starstruck right now. Like, oh my gosh, celebrity status. Here I am. But I definitely want to get into your last and final track that we have of yours this evening. This is "Don't Run." You want to briefly tell the audience about that track?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I love the song. This is from my Joy album that was released last year, and it's called "Don't Run," and it's a song that I wrote, and I hope you guys enjoy it. The message behind it is just for those who are, God knows who He is saving. He knows who His people are, but many times we run from God, from things, and the song is encouraging to don't run. Sometimes we have to take the time to just listen to God's voice through His word, and that's what this song is pretty much about.
Amen. Don't run. Angel Sessions.
Yeah. So why you running, 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 running? Nowhere to hide now. Eternal life is where you be. Live life up with the King. So why you running, 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 running?
That was produced actually by myself and my friend Freddie White. He actually did the track. You know, he created the track, and of course, I wrote the lyrics and vocal arrangements. And then just in the studio.
Angel Sessions off of her latest album, Joy. Make sure you are supporting Angel on all digital platforms. Then we have Let's Wait a While that was released in January, and then look out for the new single to be released next month.
In April.
Angel, thank you.
Is
April? Yes, April 21st.
April 23rd.
April 23rd. April 23rd. Angel, thank you so much for being here with me this evening. I want to go ahead and give you the opportunity to open the floor up to you to be able to get all of your contact information out for those who may be listening live, for those who may come back and listen to one of the many playback shows. If they're interested in purchasing music, if they're interested in information on AEE. I don't know if submissions are still open for the award show, but if they want information on that, if they're, whatever their need may be to get in contact with you, the floor is now yours to get all of your contact information out.
Yeah, thank you, Nakia. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for having me. So I'll go first with our Atlas Elite Entertainment Music Award Show submission is still open, and of course it'll be open up until June. So each month, we will, look for any artist. It's for all genres that we have to submit your music to atlaseliteentertainment.com, and you will go to the top, and at the top you will see award show. You will click on the top, and then it will prompt you from there on what to do. It is a $25 submission fee because, of course, we do have to go get those awards for our artists. We do have to submit and send them out and mail them off, and those costs as well. It's not a lot at all to invest in your career. There's a lot of awards that are doing that, and actually there are some a lot more than us. So it's just a $25 fee to submit. It's an online award show, so it's nothing that you have to go and fly and spend money for hotel room expense and board and food and so on. You can watch the show in the comfort of your own home on our YouTube channel, and so you can save money from there. And this is a one of a kind. My partner, Rodney Cruz, always say we're changing the game, and that is our slogan, that we're doing things different. And so this is an online award show. This is our third annual, and we're very, very excited. So the submission is still open for that. You can reach me on all my social media platforms, Angel Sessions And to find me easily, all of my accounts are verified. So you can find me on Instagram, Angel Sessions. That's a verified account. So if there's anyone else trying to say that they're me, if it's not verified, it's not me. You know, Twitter, you can find me there, Angel Sessions, at Angel Sessions. I'm verified there as well. And Facebook, I have several Facebook pages. Of course, I have a fan page, Angel Sessions Music. That's my verified account. Then I have the First Lady of Angel Sessions on Facebook. And then I have my personal page, Angel Sessions. And then, of course, I'm on LinkedIn as well, Angel Sessions. And my website is www.angelsessions.com. And our company account, we have a website for Atlas Elite Entertainment. That's www.atlaseliteentertainment.com. And, yeah, you can find me all there. And I definitely, answer all emails. If I get anybody that wants to email me through my website, I always respond to my fans. I respond to them on social media if they inbox me and so on and so forth. I love connecting with my fans. They mean a lot to me, and without them, I couldn't do what I do. So always glory to God first, and then to all of the fans that He has blessed in my life, and for the new fans who are getting to know me, and, that I'm always there and connecting with them. So I just want to give a shout-out to all of my fans. Again, thank you, Nakia. I give a shout-out to you and your radio stations for having me, and shout-out to my artist, Demetrius, Guidy, Rodney Cruz, Atlas Elite Entertainment. Shout out to my daughter, Chardella Sessions, our artist also. She just wanted to pitch this out there. She has a new single called It's On Me. That record is hot. She's phenomenal. And I just want people to check that record out. Just reach out to me on my social media. I'm there.
Did I see that Jay Ezra was on the label now?
Yeah, she was on the label, but at this time, not at this time.
Okay, I'm a hush. All right, okay. All right, yes, make sure that you do check out Chardella, the Princess of A&E. Phenomenal mother and artist. And you, as you can see, when you hear Chardella, you know exactly where she gets it from. Angel Sessions, that's with an S, guys, all right? I just had somebody to message me, and they said, she said she was verified. I can't find her. That's because it's with an S on the end, all right? S in the beginning and an S on the end. Sessions with an S, all right?
Correct.
So try it again.
Right.
Angel, one last thing. For someone who may be listening now, an aspiring artist, and they say, I'm familiar with Angel Sessions. I like her sound. I kind of think I sound a little bit like her. I've been doing this a couple of years. I put some singles out. Haven't quite had the outcome that I want, but I'm going to keep pursuing this thing. I want to be consistent with this, and I want to keep, persevering with this because music is my passion as well. What piece of advice could you offer to this aspiring young woman or young man?
I just want them to never give up. I know it's not easy, but it is a little more easier now than back in the day because I can't stress this enough, social media is a powerful tool. It really is if you know how to use it. And use your platform like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. When you have music, you upload your music on SoundCloud, upload your music on Reverb Nation or Number One Music. These are free accounts where you can, create and upload your music to share and start, gaining fans to, get them to hear your music. Ask for feedback. What do they think of your song? Don't ever get discouraged. Don't ever let no one tell you that you can't do it because you can do it. I know there's a lot of people that are doing it, and there's a lot of music out there, and you have to kind of weed out the noise and get above the noise, but you can do it if you don't quit, if you don't stop. You have to be your biggest fan and encouraging yourself, I can do it, and never tell yourself that you can't.
There you guys have it. Thank you again so much, Angel, for joining me this evening, guys. Make sure that you are right back here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for New Music Mondays, where we give you some of the hottest new music from some of the hottest independent artists in the industry. It's been fun, guys, so we got to run. Have a good night.
This is the official right now. We're going to crown them all right now. My mama, your mama, baby's mama's mama's wifey. So if you near a woman right now, turn to him and say, I appreciate your smile. I know how much it takes to carry and birth a child. And the way you play dumb, even when you know we live in proud. And even as a single parent, my you hold it down. Still somehow, I appreciate your strength. How you never let your lips to say what's on your mind. A lady in the street and the freak when it's bedroom time. How you gon' ride with me, roll with me, tell me what's on your mind. On your mind. Woman, 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 strong. Woman, 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 oh. Woman, 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 special. Woman, 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 beautiful. Woman, 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 strong. Woman, 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 grown. Woman, woman, woman.